મિત્રો રવિ બુરાણા આપ સૌનું ખૂબ ખૂબ સ્વાગત છે. આજે આપણા માનીતા પ્રોફેસર સંજય પટેલ સાહેબ ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન ટુ કોમ્બિનેટોરિક્સ ઉપર એમનું સુંદર વક્તવ્ય આપશે અને એમની સુંદર શૈલીનો રસાસ્વાદ આપણે માણીએ. શ્રી પ્રોફેસર સંજય પટેલ સાહેબ.
ગુડ આફ્ટરનૂન ફ્રેન્ડ્સ. આજે આપણે અહીંયા ભેગા થયા છે ફરીથી મેથેમેટિક્સના લેક્ચર માટે, અને એક મેથેમેટિક્સમાં એક નવી બ્રાન્ચ કોમ્બિનેટોરિક્સ, એનું આપણે આજે ઇન્ટ્રોડક્શન તમને હું બતાવીશ. આમ તો આ વિષય એ તમારા માટે નવો નથી, એ તમે સ્કૂલ લેવલથી આ ભણતા આવેલા છો, અને તમને ખ્યાલ હોય તો 11th-12thમાં સ્કૂલ મેથેમેટિક્સમાં યુ આર સ્ટડિંગ permutations and combinations, principle of counting. So that is all about what is in combinatorics. તો combinatorics એવી બ્રાન્ચ છે કે જેમાં આપણે જનરલી how to count number of objects, that is the main goal or main thing in this branch. So this counting process is involved in some other process or operations which you can see on your screen. Counting of objects is involved in the following process: arrangements, selections, partitioning and distribution. હવે arrangements means ગોઠવણી, selection means પસંદગી, અને partition એટલે કે આપણે વિભાજિત કરવું, ડિવાઈડ કરવું, અને distribution એટલે કે વહેંચણી કરવી. So how to arrange objects, how to select, how to partition, how to distribute objects in different places. That is all about these different processes, which each of this process involves counting of objects. Suppose if you arrange some objects in whatever way, then you would like to calculate in how many ways this can be done. Okay. So today we'll just consider introduction part, and then in the next lectures, whenever we get time, we'll continue with this our other techniques of combinatorics. So today I will consider only the first two things, arrangements and if possible some selections. Okay. So let us consider the next thing. Okay, the basic or the fundamental rule or principle which is used in counting process are these two, which you can see on your screen. One is known as addition principle, which is in short we call AP, and other is multiplication principle, that is MP. Let us understand these two interesting principles. This is also familiar to you. Let us understand what is addition principle. Suppose we have E1, E2, E3 ... up to Ek be k events, and suppose an event Ei can occur in ni number of ways, and occurrence of these events are pairwise disjoint, then the total number of ways that at least one of these k events to occur is sigma I is equal to 1 to k ni. એટલે કે જો આપણી પાસે કે ઇવેન્ટ્સ અથવા તો કે ઓપરેશન્સ, કે ક્રિયાઓ કરવાની હોય, અને every operation if it can be done in ni number of ways, દરેકે દરેક ક્રિયા જો ni મીન્સ E1 ઓપરેશન જે છે એ આપણે n1 રીતે કરી શકતા હોય. If we can do the first operation E1 in n1 number of ways, E2 in n2 number of ways, and so on, whether you call it events or operation or something, some process, and occurrence of these events are pairwise disjoint, means if you take two different operations or two different events, then there is nothing common in between. In this case, if you want to find that in how many ways that at least one event out of these k events occur, then the formula is sigma ni. That is just you add the number of ways n1 plus n2 plus n3 up to nk. And to understand this, let us consider one example which you can see on your screen, and I will discuss this problem on the board. All of you can read. At a dinner party, there are three types of foods available: Gujarati, Punjabi and South Indian. In Gujarati dish, there are two varieties available, Dokla and Khaman. And in Punjabi, there are three types, paneer, veg kadai and kaju khoya. While in the South Indian there are 4 varieties: idli, dosa, vada and uttapam. So these are the available different types of foods, and our question is, you can see on the screen. Next, then how many ways you can have at least one of these item? Okay, let us understand this on our board. Okay, how to calculate the number of ways that one can have this different item, and this we are using the first principle, addition principle. So I am writing this way. E1 is our first event. E1 is equal to the food item is Gujarati, or the set of Gujarati food items. E2 is the set of Punjabi food items, and E3 is equal to the set of South Indian food items. Okay, so we have 3 different events, E1, E2, E3, or 3 different operations. Okay, and we want to take only at least one. We want to find how many ways one can find at least one can have at least one item out of these 3 different types of varieties. Okay, you can note that number of elements in the first set E1 is what? There are 2 things. Gujarati items are dhokla and khaman. So number of elements in E1 is 2. So I will use this notation, mod of E1, for number of elements. In schools, you know, we are writing this symbol n of a for number of elements. But now onwards, we will use this symbol, mod of a, for number of elements in a set. So mod of E1, that is number of elements or number of ways that one can have this E1, that is number of ways that this operation can be applied, is 2. Okay, so that is our N1. Then E2, that is set of all Punjabi items. There are 3 Punjabi items, as you have seen on your in that problem. Okay, that was paneer, veg kadai, and what was it?
Kaju khoya.
Okay, so this mod of E2 is 3, which we will call N2. And for South Indian, there are, I think, 4 items: idli, dosa, vada and uttapama. So this is 4 is equal to N3. So we have 3 events, E1, E2, E3, and the first event E1 can be done in N1 ways, second can be in N2 ways, and third can be in N3 ways. And now we want to have at least one of this item out of this total 3 plus 4 plus 2, 9 items. In how many ways we can have? One way. That is this principle. So total number of ways is sigma mod of EI, I is equal to 1, 2, 3, or you can say sigma Ni, I is equal to 1, 2, 3. So that is N1 plus N2 plus N3, which is equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4. So it is 9. So there are 9 ways in which you can have at least one of these items, either dhokla, or you can have either veg kadai, or vada, or uttapam, like that. So this here we have used that first principle, addition principle of counting. Okay. Now let us go to the next principle, multiplication principle. You can see on your screen. This is the multiplication principle. Suppose an event E can be decomposed into k ordered events, E1, E2, E3, Ek, and each event Ei can occur in ni number of ways. Then the total number of ways that the event E occurs is pi ni, I is equal to 1 to k. Here the meaning of pi is product. So product of all these numbers n1, n2, n3 up to nk, n1 into n2 into n3 up to nk. આ વસ્તુ આપણે બીજી રીતમાં કહી શકાય કે સપોઝ આપણે એક ટાસ્ક છે, વી હેવ સમ ટાસ્ક E which we are calling E is our main task. This is the main task, and this task again can be accomplished. We can complete the task by applying some k operations. Say these k operations are E1, E2, E3 up to Ek. So we have main task E, which can be completed by applying these k operations E1, E2, E3, Ek, and the first operation can be done in n1 ways, second can be done in n2 ways, and the kth operation can be done in nk ways. So main task is this, or main event, and this is decomposed into this, and these operations are ordered operations. Ordered operations or ordered events means order is important. Okay, first you have to apply the first operation, then second operation, and third operation, and so on. Okay. Then our main aim is to complete this task in how many ways you can do these operations. So the answer is this: product of ni, I is equal to 1 to k, that is n1, n2 up to nk. To understand, this rule is known as multiplication rule. To understand this principle, let us take one simple example. Suppose we want to purchase three things, say pencil, eraser, and say sharpener. So I want to purchase from a stationery shop pencil, then say sharpener and eraser. So there are three things: pencil, sharpener, and eraser. And suppose in the stationery shop there are 5 types of pencil available, something like Nataraj, Camden, there are different brands. So 5 types of pencils available. Sharpener are say of 2 types or say 3 types, and there are 2 types of erasers. Okay, I can consider the first. Okay, our main task. The main task is E, to purchase one pencil, one sharpener, and one eraser. This is our main task. To purchase one pencil, one sharpener, and one eraser means I want to buy 3 objects, and this can be done by applying the operations. You can select any one pencil out of the 5 different types of pencils available. So we have the first operation of buying a pencil. This can be done in 5 ways. There are 5 types of pencils available. Second operation, that is E2, to select or to buy sharpener, that can be done in 3 ways. So which I am calling S1, S2, S3. So E2 consists of these 3 types, and E3, our third operation of purchasing eraser, can be done in 2 ways, E1 and E2. Let us write this here, E1 and E2. Okay. So number of elements in E1, that is mod of E1 is n1 is equal to 5. Then number of elements in E2, that is n2 is equal to 3, and mod of E3 is equal to n3 is equal to 2. Okay. So the main task is to purchase these 3 objects, and the first can be purchased in 5 ways, second can be in 3 ways, and the third object, that is eraser, can be purchased in 2 ways. So the total number of ways in which we can buy the 3 objects is by the multiplication rule or by the multiplication principle is mod of product of all these ni's, that is 5 into 3 into 2. So 5 3 is 15 to the 30. So there are 30 ways in which you can buy one pencil, one eraser, and one sharpener. Okay. One can also visualize how this 30 comes. That is very simple. This pictorial representation will explain you. Okay, suppose I buy the first type of pencil P1 from the set E1. There are 5 different brands, P1, P2, P3, P5, and for each purchase of the pencil there are 3 different types of sharpeners available. So for P1 I can buy either first sharpener, second, or third. There are 3 types of sharpener, and for each purchase of sharpener we can buy 2 types of eraser, E1 and E2. So we have P1 S1 E1, that is one possibility of buying 3 objects. Second is P1 S1 E2, that is first type of pencil, first type of sharpener, and second type of eraser. Then P1 S2, again there are 2 E1 E2 here also. So P1 S2 E1 P1 S2 E2. Similarly, P1 S3 E1 and P1 S3 E2. First pencil, third type of sharpener, and first type of eraser. So these many possibilities are there. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 possibilities. There are 6 possibilities for each purchase of the pencil. But we know there are 5 pencils, 5 types of pencils. So you can have total 5 into 6, that is 30. Just if you replace P1 by P2, you get second set of 6 different types of purchase. So this is called multiplication rule. So this is one simple basic example which you have also studied in your school. Okay, what is the fundamental principle of counting? You have done only this multiplication rule in 11th standard, but you have studied today. There are 2 basic rules. One is addition rule and other is multiplication rule. Today let us first get some more idea how to use these multiplication and addition rules by doing some more interesting problems. You can see on your screen the next example. One for multiplication rule, we can also consider the same example of food. That in the food example, how many different ways we can have all the 3 types of food. That means suppose I want to eat Gujarati, Punjabi and say South Indian, all the 3 types, and one item of each type. Then in how many ways it can be done? As you know, that here in this case I can rewrite that problem. E is equal to have each type of the food. That is our main task. And E1, E2 and E3. This I am taking. These are the 3 different operations of say selecting